Understanding the Nirvana Shatkam Series 2. To see the first series of Sri Adi Shankaracharya's Nirvana Shatkam, please check out the link provided in the description box. The 72 aspects of Nirvana Shatkam. The first series of Sri Adi Shankaracharya's Nirvana Shatkam introduced 72 fundamental aspects in relation to Purush and Prakriti within the framework of Shiva and Shakti. The what of the 72 aspects has been touched upon and explored briefly. All this is being done in a Cartesian coordinate plane of time, that is Shiva, and space, Shakti, axis. The Purush is the self of triple concentric circles that is identified with a common point of origin, and Prakriti is everything beyond that. Let us summarize all the 72 aspects that were introduced in the first series. The faculty of mind, 4, Jnanendriya, the cognitive senses, 5, the Panchabhuta, the 5 elemental categories, Prana, life, that is 1, Pranavayu, the vital airs, are 5, Saptadhatu, the bodily tissues of the human body, 7, Panchakosha, the 5 sheets enveloping the human body, 5, Karmendriya, the action senses, 5, arriving to a subtotal of 37. The emotional impediments are 8, the Purushartha, the 4 goals of life. The dual karma and dual effects are 4. Constituents of yajna are 4. Causer, causing, and the cause are 3. Death and related restrictions are 4. Lineage and birth are 4. And relationships are 4, giving the subtotal of 35. The grand total of these form the 72 aspects. Identification and limitation. This second web series of Nirvana Shatkam mostly is examining the same 72 aspects with easy to understand examples and a further depth of understanding. Each of these 72 aspects are to be studied, but identification to only one is limiting the self within a constricting border. This leads to drawing of erroneous conclusions. Sri Adi Shankaracharya is trying to explain this by negating identification with these individual 72 aspects, but urges to look at the bigger picture as given in the last stanza of the Nirvana Shatkam. With this story of 6 blindfolded men, let us understand the concept of identification and limitation. 6 people were arguing within themselves over petty matters and approached the king to solve their problem. The king asked them to be blindfolded and told them to identify the object put in front of them. Each of them identifies it as a spear, snake, fan, tree, wall, and rope. At this, the king orders them to remove their blindfold and assess for themselves. When they do as ordered, they discover that each of them was wrong, as each was focusing on only one aspect of the whole, and in the process mistook the reality of the elephant to be something else. So is it with the identification of the self. If only one aspect is identified with, the limitation of knowledge occurs, and thereby Shivoham of absolute knowledge is denied. To reach the blissful state, this limited identification is to be avoided. As the king had proved this to the 6 people, so does Sri Adi Shankaracharya advise the sadhak to remove the blindfold, drive the darkness of ignorance, and seek the blissful light.